Hey, hey, it's Saturday. You know what that means. Time for another awesome episode of ABW Detonate right here on YouTube. I am the old school AB, and I'm being joined again by the man, the myth, the legend. He's the part of the boiler room. I can't remember his whole spiel now. I have to go back and read it up again. Anyways, he is the Kind Man. Kind Man, how are you doing today, pal?
Doing good. Holiday breaks will do that to you.
I know, right?
We've been on sabbatical.
Woo. I need to remember my shtick. I can't lead a show without my gimmick. So, but no, we are damn glad to be back after a nice little hiatus of the holiday break. Holidays were had, gifts were exchanged, birthdays were had, fun times were had by all. And now we're back in the grind, and just in time for the Royal Rumble coming up. When? Tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. And I am a little bit perturbed by that, because that means I have to miss Collision. I have to record Collision and watch it tomorrow. But, you know, I guess.
I don't mind missing anything tonight, because this is my favorite day on the wrestling calendar. So,
indeed, with good reason.
Yeah,
with good reason, because it's fun. I mean, you know, Pat Patterson really hit the home run when he came up with this match. You know, it's simple. It's every 90 seconds another guy comes in. Is it 90 seconds or 2 minutes? I can't remember.
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
Just the countdown and the anticipation,
right,
and the returns. You know there are going to be curveballs. You know, there's going to be shockers, shockers that, even though we might suspect, still will be electrifying, and and all of that stuff, where it still will, there's just so much anticipation every time the clock hits zero. It's one of the reasons why I've been to 3 of them, wanting to see that live, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. So this is one where, even when I took a sabbatical from watching wrestling a ways back, it was one that I always bought, no matter what. Like, I don't think I've missed a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble in 20 years. And those are probably the only 2 shows that I never miss.
Right. And again, with good reason, right? Because they're the icons.
Yeah.
They're the icons of the pay-per-view, premium live event.
Yes, exactly.
I want to call it a pay-per-view. Pay-per-views are for wrestling companies.
Well, I tell you, I don't know, by putting it on Peacock and making it so accessible at such a small dollar figure, I wonder how they have done profitability wise versus versus the old $49.99. I can't see, they make less money from me. I can tell you that.
Sure.
Because I pay less than $100, and let's say WrestleMania is $60 and Royal Rumble's $50. That means I was minimally, and I bought, I liked Money in the Bank, and I bought more. But let's say minimally I just buy those 2. That's $110, or I'm paying $6 a month for Peacock, or $5, whatever it is. So they've cut their revenue from me in half.
Yeah. They passed that savings on to you.
Yeah. So hey, listen, can't, with all the streaming and television and subscriptions we don't even watch and all those things, getting a break on entertainment, thumbs up from the Kind Man.
Yeah, no doubt. And I know that it's especially appealing this year, because I don't know. This is probably the first time I can think of that a Rumble that I've watched where I don't know if I legitimately know who's going to win. And I like that.
Yeah, I think the women's is more intriguing from a who's going to win standpoint.
Sure.
We can get into that, because I think there are more people in the mix for the women than I think the men's is highly predictable where we're gonna, where we're gonna end up. Not who's gonna win.
Right.
Kind of the final 4, 5, 6, I think is fairly predictable. So and we'll get into that, and you'll get into our wager. And I think we have a fun new way to do it. Last year was the Royal Rumbles when our wagers began.
Yep.
But we did it very boring, where we just took evens and odds. Um, and
Simple.
there were the final six had five odds and one even, and I was odds, and I lost. So it was exciting, but I think we have an even more exciting way to do it this year that I really like.
Why don't you break it down for us, Kai Man?
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a draft. Me and AB are going to pick our final four. So we're going to pick 8 wrestlers, 4 each. We're going to have what people who do fantasy football know as a snake draft. So it's a weighted draft. So we both have the exact same chance. Person that picks first will pick 4th, 6th, and 7th. The person that picks second will pick 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 8th. If you add those numbers up, it's a total of 18 for both. So we're getting an equally weighted chance, to pick the best wrestlers. So we're going to pick 4 men, 4 women each. Then we're going to pick our winner. So for a bonus point. So you get 1 point for every one of your final 4 that makes one of your 4 that makes the final 4, and a second point for your person that wins. And I'm assuming, with us picking 8 people in each, that one of us will select the winner and get that bonus point.
I hope so.
I'm guessing we don't get shut out.
Well, and if we do, it's going to be a really boring wager. But because there's only, like you said, there's only 4 matches.
Yeah, and then we have the other 2 matches that I'm not all that jazzed about, quite frankly.
Yeah, they seem kind of like they're I don't want to use the word throwaway matches, because they're not throwaway, but filler, I suppose, is maybe the better way to put it. They're just filler because,
well, at least one is. And I when we get into, why don't we get into those?
Yeah, why don't we get into so let's start the predictions now.
Yeah.
So let's start out with Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens for the United States title, which I think is probably, no, I think the Women's Rumble will open the show. I don't know that for sure.
I think it's predicted that opens the show.
Does it? Okay.
Drum will be second.
Okay. So Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens to kick off the card, and I'm sure our picks are going to be, compatible here, but I don't see Logan Paul dropping the title tonight.
Yeah, I don't either. And I think I'm going to kind of pick for each of these other matches kind of the person I really don't want to win, just because I see a bigger stage for each of them to potentially lose their title. So yeah, I'm going Logan Paul as well. Yeah. It was also just announced he signed a new deal with the WWE just the other day. So originally, I actually had Kevin Owens circled about a week ago.
Okay.
When I was looking at it, and then because I don't know what Logan Paul's commitment to the WWE is. Like, is he? He's not around as much. And maybe that's me not knowing, because I've been embroiled in that battle with the cable company, DirecTV, and Fox, and the local Fox affiliate. So maybe I just haven't seen Logan Paul because I haven't seen SmackDown in a while. But he hadn't seemed like he had been around, so I kind of questioned. But then you think about it, you got the social media star. What way, how do you get more eyeballs to WrestleMania? And that's it. WrestleMania is about stars. It's about, Logan Paul's not bad. He's not bad in the ring.
No, he's really good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's not top of the line, but he's really good. He's athletic. He's compelling, and that's the kind of guy you want at WrestleMania, because you want to also tap in to another fan base, people that may not be wrestling fans. It's like what the NFL is getting with Taylor Swift.
Right.
You're getting eyeballs to your product.
You say tomato, I say tomato. But yeah,
but you're getting
I get it.
eyeballs to your product that typically wouldn't.
Right. God dang. Logan Paul, huh?
Yeah, so that'll be an unexciting match for us.
You ever drink that Prime?
What's that?
You ever drink his drink, that Prime stuff? You ever drink it?
No.
No, I never have either. I was wondering what it tastes like.
What is
I'm
it?
not.
Energy drink?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not enough of a. I'm not brave enough to go into the store and buy a bottle and tip it down myself. So, somebody out there, if you know what Prime tastes like and you can confirm that it tastes like gnat piss, please leave us comments in the timings below there. I'd love to know for sure, one way or the other. Tell me that it's drinkable or tell me that it's gnat's piss. Anyways, so we're both on the same page with Logan Paul.
Yep.
When it comes to Roman Reigns' four-way match with LA Knight and AJ Styles and Randy Keith Orton, I don't see Roman Reigns losing the title again tonight. There's no way. He's heading into WrestleMania the champion. So it feels like this is kind of like the title's not in any danger, is what I'm trying to say.
But they are trying, by making it a four-way, they are trying to play up the danger.
Oh, they are. Absolutely.
Course. But yeah, this is what's it been, 1,100 and something days?
Yeah. 13 or something like. Yeah,
like whatever it is. I do think he will, and not to tip my hand on WrestleMania, but I do think he loses at WrestleMania. I think there's fatigue for this. I think there's interesting stories about the bloodline. Once he loses, that freshens things up a little bit. But once again, I don't see it being here.
Yeah, and that's a tough call to make because we're not at Mania yet, and
right.
and I don't know. Like I would tend to disagree with you on the Roman Reigns at WrestleMania thing. I think he retains at Mania. I don't think he loses yet, and I think this is where we come into a real problem here because we're really touching on a larger topic that we could discuss. But how long do you keep your champion in place before, you said it, fatigue really sets in and the fans just don't care anymore? It's happened before.
Well, I'm already there.
Oh, you're already there.
Yeah, Roman Reigns he's a snore to me.
Yeah. Well,
he's just not, it's not compelling to me.
Yeah. But he wants you to acknowledge him.
Oh, yeah, acknowledge it. I acknowledge there are many times in pay-per-views I don't even watch the main event because of him.
Right.
So that's what I'll acknowledge.
That's a good acknowledgement. So I think we're both in agreement that neither title is changing hands, and it's time to dive, I think, right into the Rumble matches. And I think we should start with the women. Who gets you? I think I get first draft on men's.
I think you're going to get.
We flipped a coin before the show went off the air, and we decided who was going to do what. So
you're going to go first in the men, which means I'll pick second and third. I'm going to go first in the women, which means you'll pick second and third. So either 2 times there'll be back-to-back picks for somebody. So why don't we do our picks, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, and now we're not picking the winner. We're just picking our picks right now, and then we're going to pick our ultimate winner at the end.
Right now, we're picking our final 4.
Okay.
Based on the draft order, so it might not be exactly who you think is going to be in the final 4, but based on who's available.
Right.
And I am going to, with the first selection in the women's draft.
Right.
I am going to take Miss Bayley.
Oh, dog, you got her. She was my first pick.
Okay. And but I think there are this is actually the one where I think there could be 8 people in the mix for it. I just think, to be honest with you, I did not have Bayley as my first pick until SmackDown last night.
Right.
I had somebody else circled, and then when Damage Control won the tag team, I'm not sure Bayley. I'm not like really comfortable with this.
Yeah.
My first pick was a coin flip, but it sets up either two storylines for Bailey. Either she doesn't win tonight and they kick her out of Damage Control,
Yeah.
or they have that situation with like, you know, with Mommy and, you know, that whole group where they have everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have the title shot at WrestleMania. They have the women's champion. They have the tag team champions. They're the dominant faction storyline.
Yeah.
So I think it's 50-50. Either they go with Bailey or Bailey gets eliminated maybe by someone else in Damage Control and
Yeah. That's
causes
entirely
a rift.
possible.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything written in stone, but Bailey is my first pick. So you got number 2 and number 3.
Oh boy, number 2 and number 3. So I am going to go with, and the Rumble is all about surprises. I'm going to pick this for my first pick, Jade Cargill.
Okay.
I'm going with Jade Cargill. I don't think she'll win it. Now maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I definitely want her in that Final Four group. And I'm also going to put Becky Lynch in that group as well. I think either one of those two competitors, Jade, of course, being a surprise entrant, and Becky, of course, being an announced entrant, could potentially win the Rumble. Although I think it's a stretch, right? You get into a situation where you have a wrestler who is debuting, essentially, for the company, and have them go on to win the Rumble is a very, very far stretch. Having said that, I don't know that it couldn't happen this time around. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled, and if there is a long shot dark horse outcome, it's that Jade Cargill wins the Rumble. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Obviously highly touted. That was who I had circled until last night. So she would have been my number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's funny.
I do think it fits. Even though it's, you know, kind of her debut, they have been building her up for quite some time, and she is a star for WrestleMania.
Yeah, and they want to send a message.
More of a star than Bailey.
Oh, definitely. I would agree 100%.
Yeah, so that's no, I think that's exactly where I thought you were going to go with 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I knew you weren't going to take Nia Jax. Not your cup of tea.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of puts me in a tough spot for the next pick. Because
take your time.
I got a couple that are maybe so I have 4 and then 6. I am going to take, this was not on my radar, but I have just shifted gears.
Uh-oh.
I am going to take Bianca Belair.
Oh, nice.
And she was not even on my radar. But I've just shifted on the fly my strategy here.
Well, that's not a bad thing. I like that. It shows you're thinking. Yeah,
I'm just trying to.
I don't know what you're thinking about, but it shows you're thinking.
Yeah. Well, you'll probably see with my 6 and 7 pick where my head was at on that one.
Right on. You know, it's funny enough. I had Bianca Belair as one of my potential listees as well. So,
okay.
You know,
well, I had her as a potential list, but I didn't have her as like one of the 4 I was targeting. So now you go 5th, and then I get 2 in a row.
So let me see here. See, you taking Bianca Belair kind of ditched a wrench in my plans a little bit, because I was hoping that you would forget her in favor of picking Nia Jax, which you didn't. So now I'm left with it. Do I pick Nia Jax? No, I don't want to pick Nia Jax. I'm gonna go Asuka.
Okay.
I'm gonna put her in there. That's a that's a last minute decision on my part, but I'm gonna put her in there just because she's a finalist in the past.
Yeah. Sure.
There's nothing saying that she couldn't get there again in the final four. I like it. I'm going with it. That's like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
I'm going with Asuka.
Okay. And by the way, you just pointed out what my strategy, why I shifted my strategy is I knew you didn't want to take Nia Jax.
Right.
So I rolled the dice that I could get Nia Jax in the 6 or 7 slot.
I'm sure you did.
So I will take her.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah, I don't think she's going to win.
No.
But they have brought her enough into the storyline where she certainly could be in the final four.
Sure.
Or she could get thrown out immediately when people gang up on her because no one seems to like her in real life. Well, actually, you know what? I saw pictures of her in Charlotte Flair's wedding party.
Right.
And other things. So I don't know if she's really not liked, but I know that there's something going on with her in the back room.
Yeah.
But with my last pick, so the 7th pick, I will go off the board a little bit with somebody that also has not been announced is in this match. I will take Miss Sasha Banks.
Okay. Interesting call.
Just let's see.
Yeah, no,
does she come back? Is she healthy? Rumored to be coming back somewhere sometime soon.
Yeah.
And could be enough of that wow figure, that wow, person that could compete. I could also see her getting a very early number and staying in for a while,
sure.
or being 30, or whatever the case may be. So I will take Sasha Banks as a surprise entrant as my last pick.
Sasha Banks, that's a bold pick, and
it is a little off the board.
Well, and it's interesting because my last pick was going to be a bold, unannounced entrant as well. Trish Stratus.
Ooh, okay.
So I had her coming in as a surprise entrant from a relatively earlier position, but I had her lasting all the way to the final four in my fantasy booking brain.
Okay.
So, because I know she's been back recently, and it wouldn't be anything for her to come back for another spot. Would she win? No. She could just go home after that and, do whatever Trish Stratus does. But I think there's a possibility. I think there's a better possibility. I'll put it like this. I think there's a better possibility of her showing up than Sasha Banks showing up.
Okay.
That's just my, radar for things, though. Maybe I don't know.
So let's think who did we not pick that could legitimately win? And the only name, I got 2 names for you.
Okay.
That neither of us picked that I could see possibly winning. This is why I say the women's a little more wide open. I have Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
I think could win. And I think there could be another surprise entrant coming back from a long hiatus and injury, and that being Liv Morgan.
Oh, okay.
So I think Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan are probably the only 2 that we don't have that could potentially be in the mix here. And I'll give you one dark horse to watch. Okay, someone I think that's going to have a good showing in this. She's not going to be in the final four. She's not going to win by any stretch. But I think you're going to have a breakout performance by Ivy Nile.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That is my person to watch in this one.
She's tenacious.
She's a pretty
little firecracker.
She's pretty good fitness as far as like strength, and she's small, but she's
tiny but mighty. Yeah, she looks like a bulldog. She's just like, she'll get you. Yeah, no, I dig that. I was almost thinking, and I know I don't want to skip too much more on the women's rumble here, but I know I was actually really toying with the idea of them putting someone like Shayna Baszler in there towards the Final Four as well.
Yep.
Just to put like a badass in there, you know.
Yep. No, I could see that. I did not have her on my list, but yeah.
Yeah, she was one of my, you know, maybes, but there was no way she's winning the Rumble. So I said, yeah, there's no way.
Well, you know what I found online, which you can find anything now, is I found like actually betting odds on the Royal Rumble. And Shayna Baszler is in there.
Is she really?
There's 10 people that have betting odds. And it is Bayley, Becky Lynch, Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, Liv Morgan, Asuka, and Shayna Baszler. Wow.
So literally we just pulled the same list betwixt ourselves. Wow.
Pretty much.
That's pretty crazy.
So I always find it, I find it fascinating. Like I looked at my sports app that I use for gambling because I gamble on sports. They do not have WWE available. But certain ones actually do. Right. Where you could actually bet on the outcomes. I wonder, I almost wonder, even if they had it, if I could bet on the WWE just because it tracks location of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And me being from Connecticut, being so close to headquarters, like would they say people in Connecticut can't bet? Like, you know, because who knows? I used to work across the street from the WWE headquarters. Right. They used to be a client of mine. So you know, I have no idea, but I don't know where you can bet on it, but I know there are betting odds, which means you can bet on it somewhere.
Vegas.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
bet on anything in Vegas
is everywhere because
now
that you can do it on your mobile phone,
there's no point. Yeah, you're right.
It's highly accessible.
Yeah. So who is winning the women's women's Rumble? By the way,
forgot we got to pick a winner.
Yeah, we got to pick a winner, and this is your first. You get the first pick. I'm sorry.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, we can't pick the same person because we don't have the same people.
Well, why don't you go ahead and pick this one, and I'll pick the men's
I will take Bayley because I think it's 50-50 which direction they go in with her.
Yeah.
And I don't have Jade Cargill, so those were kind of my two that I was looking at to potentially win.
Yeah, and I'll take Jade Cargill then by default because Bayley was my pick to win too. So you heard it here first, folks. The Women's Rumble is secure.
And
Bayley,
hopefully it comes down to Bayley and Jade Cargill.
Oh, that'd be great.
A whole ton of fun.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, let's talk about the Men's Rumble, which you think is going to be a little narrower. And
I don't know if there are 8 people that can win this.
Well, I don't know if there are 8 people that could win the Women's Rumble either, but
I think there are. I think there are 10 in the Vegas views. There aren't 10 men that Vegas has.
No,
I can tell you that.
No. So am I going first on this one?
You are taking them first, and I'm going second and third.
Boy.
And I know this is like someone choosing between their children.
I can't do it.
I love this.
I can't do it. You know what? Don't let this fool you, right? I dressed like this specifically today because I got my brand new Nightmare hoodie, my Nightmare Family hoodie from WWE Shop, and I love it so much. It's fucking awesome. But I would be remiss if I did not rep the righteousness of CM Punk as well. So I'm covered on both ends, no matter who does what today. Oh, you gotta watch that. Zippers and beards don't mix. People don't realize having a great beard is not just about looking great all the time. It's about responsibility. You got to know. Anyways, my first pick, and it kills me because I would almost rather have taken the second pick on the men's side, but just so I get the two here, but I got to go. I can't do it. I have to go with Cody. He's my horse. He's my man. It's tough because I don't want to choose him as my first draft pick, but I know if I don't, then he's my pick to win the whole thing, you know? Right. And it's like, well, God, come on. How can
you in honesty, you don't want the second pick because then you're giving me the choice of which one of your kids I get to pick. So,
well, right,
because although I'm not a huge Cody or CM Punk fan,
right,
I do believe both are very much in the mix
contention,
for
yeah,
certainly the Final Four and
yeah,
to win.
Final Four for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Kane going to be there? No.
Kane? Oh,
I'm kidding, because Kane throws people out left and right.
oh, he's the all-time leader.
He's the all-time leader of it, right? If he was there,
Yeah.
neither Cody nor CM Punk would last. But
Yeah.
I digress. The only reason they have a shot in the Rumble this year is because Kane won't be. Yeah, Cody, he's my first round pick. I'm sticking with it. Lock it in. Go.
Okay, so I will, for the sake of this championship and this championship alone that I plan to hold on to tonight, I will take CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because it's the right pick.
Mm-hmm.
Not because it's not, it's almost like me picking Roman Reigns. I'm not putting CM Punk in the same category as Roman. So CM Punk's not a snore. I'm just not a huge CM Punk guy.
How could you not be after that promo? You didn't watch the promo on Raw, did you?
Oh, sure.
Oh my God.
No,
it was amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm just, the only thing I like about CM Punk, the thing I like most about CM Punk is I like his finisher. I think he has to be wildly talented to deliver that finisher and not kill people. Because it looks so devastating. Like that knee to the fucking face, it looks like it should really break noses.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's actually one of the easier moves to take, but
yeah, no,
but
it looks like it's like he gets them.
Well, that's the point.
No, I know. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving him credit that he does that very well.
I did want to bring up one thing about that Cody and CM Punk promo.
Yeah.
And that is this, and I've been thinking about that for months before, back when CM Punk was actually still in AEW. And I thought to myself, Punk is more like the modern day Dusty Rhodes than Cody is. And that thought hit me like months back watching this thing, because here he was, he really is. He's the common man. He's the everyman. He's the guy, he's the blue collar dude. His dad was an electrician. Dusty Rhodes' dad was a plumber. There's so many parallels. Dusty did it his way. CM Punk definitely did it his way. Whether it was right or wrong, whether it gets him in trouble or not. There's a lot of parallels to be drawn there. You could almost argue that he's somewhere in between Piper and, Dream, but that's maybe by design for him. Anyways, I just wanted to point out that I thought that was an interesting parallel that they brought up during their promo. This, I'm more of American Dream than you are, when this was an observation that I had made, months earlier, which just goes to show that, maybe my brain is working after all.
Or you could be a writer.
Don't curse me to that.
You don't.
Well,
you can move up here to Connecticut, to good old Stamford, Connecticut, and right? Hopefully you don't get in any sort of relationship with Vince.
Well, I don't have to worry about that.
Don't let him take any pictures of you.
Don't let him take any pictures of you, kids. Good God Almighty. What a disgusting... I was hoping we wouldn't bring that up today, but since we did, God, what a disgusting story. Anyways, enough of that. That's really gross. Anyways, let's get on with the draft.
Okay. With the third pick, my second pick, I will take the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, The Rock.
He's going with him, isn't he? They're going with The Rock.
Yeah, and I'll say a little more about him when we get into winners and things like that.
Right on.
But yeah, he is my third pick, and we'll talk a little bit more about The Rock in a minute. But now you have number 4.
I do.
You have 3 of the next 4 picks. You have 4, 6, and 7. So your 4th pick is
Gunther.
Okay.
Gunther. I can see a scenario where he lasts all the way until the very end. Even if he does pick number 1. Will he win it? No. but he'll surely be eliminated by Cody, who throws him over the top rope to win the whole thing. I mean, as long as we're booking here, I mean, if we're pulling it out, you know, I think Gunther dumps CM Punk, and I think Cody dumps Gunther. But that's just me fantasy booking a little bit here. Actually, I can also see, and we haven't gotten to this yet, but I can also see a scenario where we're looking at, you know, Royal Rumble 94, where 2 men hit the floor at the same time, which would really fuck us up on our predictions. But I want it on record, on tape, on celluloid, or whatever it is, on digital, that I did make that that prediction, that there is a possibility that I think, you know, Punk and Cody hit the floor at the same time. I could see them pulling that out of mothballs. But as far as next order goes, Gunther is definitely my pick. It fits right in with his workhorse aura. It fits right in with his I'm the ring general dude. Come in at 1, stay all the way till 30. Doesn't win, but guess what? You're still the Intercontinental Champion. You're the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. So you got nothing to cry about, Gunther.
Oh boy, this is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's a whole lot of names at this point. And I know there's one. Okay. I'm going off the board here.
Okay.
I'm going completely off the board, like batshit crazy off the board. Because I think that if I don't do it here and the lack of choices left, you will probably go off the board and take it well in 6 and 7. Just because I don't think there's a lot of choices left.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at this point you gotta shoot your shot.
Yeah.
And I am gonna go with my 3rd pick, the 5th pick overall. Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Oh my God. You're really digging for them.
MJF.
You're swinging for the fences on this one.
I am. I'm swinging for the fences.
Wow. That's some real forbidden door.
AEW expired.
That's some real forbidden door stuff.
Deal.
There. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, you heard it here first, folks. If it happens, Kind Man is going to be known as the Wrestling Nostradamus for all time. Yeah, that's a bold pick, man. That's a really bold pick.
You know, listen, I'm a fighting champion.
That's right. Hey, you know what?
And you know, you gotta take your shot.
That's right.
Now, was he anywhere on your radar?
No. No. He was nowhere on the list of people that I had amassed.
So that was a strategical error then by me.
Yeah, no. I had nowhere figured him into anything.
That would have been a fabulous 8th pick for me. If I thought there was I just thought your head may be in the AEW clouds. And
No. Unfortunately,
that was a misstep by me because I could have taken
the gamble that didn't pay off, my friend. All right. So what is it? My turn?
Yeah, for 2 in a row.
For 2 in a row. And I think my 2 in a row, I'm going to go Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
And a bit of an interesting one here, Rey Mysterio.
Ooh, that is interesting.
Coming back.
Okay. That is interesting.
Yeah. He's about due for to come back.
I would have been sitting pretty with Drew McIntyre and MJF if I had thought that MJF would make it to 8. But I will take with the last pick, and this is really getting. I will take Jey Uso.
Oh yeah. I had one of the two on my list, so Jimmy or Jay.
Yeah. So I'll take Jey Uso. I don't think there's a lot. If you look at the betting odds, they don't even have 10 for the men. Or do they have 10? Oh, I guess they did 10.
Did they? Okay.
Punk, Gunther.
You said they didn't.
CM Punk, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, The Rock, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, MJF, Solo Sikoa, and Big E making his
Big E,
return.
no way.
Is the 10th.
No way. Big E makes a return tonight. I'll eat my jacket.
No, but that is a Big E is a plus 5,000 wager.
Okay.
Which means bet $100 to win 5,000.
Yeah, not happening.
So, yeah,
not happening. Anywho, is that it? Those are all our picks.
We got to pick our winner now.
We got to pick our winner. I'm gonna pick, obviously, Cody.
Yep.
He's my pick to win. He's my horse.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to finish the story.
Won you this belt last year?
That's right. That's right. And he is going to once again bring it home to the AB.
And they have brought up in the storyline about, you know, the people that have won it twice in a row, and Stone Cold, and you know, they keep bringing that up about Cody.
Yeah. So either it's happening or it's not, right?
Yeah. And I will go with The Rock.
The Rock. Interesting choice.
To win it all. He said something in a promo last time he was on where he ended his promo where he said, maybe it's my time to be at the head of the table.
Yeah.
So that's one reason why I also have Roman Reigns, retaining here, because I think this sets up so beautifully for The Rock to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Now, does The Rock have to win the Royal Rumble to go to WrestleMania and face Roman Reigns? No, that could happen anyway. Cody could win and The Rock could still face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So it's not contingent on this, but I think it's a great storyline. Obviously, I know The Rock will be coming in late. Into the
if he's coming in at all, he's number 30. I guarantee it.
Or 29 or 28 or whatever. Yeah. It's late, which gets him right in the mix there. And I think the storyline for The Rock versus Roman Reigns will make me interested in a Roman Reigns storyline. Let's put it that way. It's probably the only way.
Probably the only way. I
am going with The Rock.
The Rock. The Rock. Now, are you both going to be so irritated when CM Punk wins?
That's worst case scenario for you.
Yeah.
And for me.
I mean, as a fan, it's not a worst case scenario. I'd be happy with that. I'd be like, woohoo, CM Punk won.
By the way, CM Punk in these Vegas odds, he is the betting favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
He is the betting favorite. So I had the chance to take the betting favorite and I didn't. I still think that storyline is very interesting.
Yeah.
And we could get, as I said, we could get it even if he doesn't win the Royal Rumble. But
yeah.
I think at this point, if The Rock is there, does The Rock want to come back to not win it? And he's one of those ones that has the gravitas to say, hey, listen, if I'm gonna show up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I have to be honest. I don't like that scenario. Nothing entertaining about The Rock coming back and winning that title to me. God, that'd be like Hulk Hogan coming back and winning the Royal Rumble. Like, what sense does that make?
See, I just like it for The Rock to be around with the microphone.
Sure. And who doesn't, right? I like hearing Rock on the mic, but trust me, after about 2 or 3 weeks of all that, you'd get tired of it real fast.
Yeah. But
anyway,
there was a reason why he made that statement.
Yeah.
In the last promo. So,
well,
there you have it, folks.
Yeah, there you have it. Those are our predictions. And if you are so inclined, I would invite you to come in and join us on our Discord channel on ABW Detonate. I'll put a link in the description below. Get over there and then get on there and talk with us. You can stream the show with us. We'll be chatting about some of the results and some of the entrants as the night goes on. It proves to be a fun time. We hope to see you there. Kind Man, do you have anything else you want to add?
Well, good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
AB. And, you know, it's on the line. It's all to play for. I do have to settle up before we end the show today.
That's right.
For my claim that Bryan Danielson will win the what is it?
The Continental Classic. Yep.
Yes, and I would share with you my reasoning behind why I was so bold to say that he was definitely going to win and risk a pie to the face. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm a huge hockey fan. It's my favorite sport. And when my hockey team scores, the crowd chants, yes, 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 after their goal song. And they obviously took that from Bryan Danielson. And Bryan Danielson has gone to New York Islander games wearing Islander jerseys and led the chant after they scored numerous times. And that arena was that my team used to play in. Now they have a new arena. It was Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, where the finals of the Continental Classic took place. So that area of Long Island is very into Bryan Danielson, and I thought they would make it a very crowd favorite by having him there doing yes, yes, yes.
Right.
With a bunch of New York Islander fans that are also wrestling fans there. So that was my logic. I was wrong.
And there it is. Here. There's the pie. Do you want to do a countdown? How do you want to do this? How do you want to smack it across your face?
I'm going to remove the mask.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Oh.
And just get this done. Hold on 1 second. Ooh, boy. This is going to make a mess.
Yeah, you're going to make a mess everywhere. Oh, look at that. Look at that, folks. Right in the kisser. You might want to get a towel. That's some disgusting looking stuff right there. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
have a nice day.
Have a nice day. We'll talk to you again real soon. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to do all the fun things, all the algorithms, all the good stuff. And we will see you later. So long, everybody.